Oh, is anybody out there? Sam, you can text us if you have a question and we'll respond to it live, or, put the questions in the chat if you want. We could see those as well. Kind of. Groovy. Chef Tongue Nguyen. That's his handle. Chef Tongue Nguyen. Hello. Ponies. Yeah. There are ponies, mate. The Irish Channel Parade. Yes, we're announcing the cancellation of the Irish Channel Parade. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I think they might reschedule it. So that kind of sucks. Mardi Gras is never going to end. Parades will never end. All right, what time is it? Kick it here in a minute. Yo, Gerald. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Mike. Hello, Tori.
God, you can read that from here?
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
Good evening. What was it? How do you do, Mike?
Good day to you, sir.
I have no idea. Okay, 7:00. We'll let a couple minutes pass. I'm gonna do roll call for new teams only, and then we'll get into it. We don't want to take up too much time on this glorious evening of y'all's and of ours as well. But so at about 7:02, we only have 4 new teams, so it should be a pretty quick roll call. Hello, friends. All right, well, that's one.
I saw McCluskey. I saw Glazed and Confused.
Okay. All right, McCluskey. The Hog Huddle is in the Hog House. Ambulance, okay.
I think it might. I can't tell if 1 is the coolest or if 5 is the coolest.
So if y'all can't tell, if you haven't been in the Hogs office in a while, we kind of took out a few walls and opened up the space, but we haven't gotten everything back on the walls yet. So hopefully this place will be finished in the next couple of weeks. But Silver Moon Barbecue. So I am actually not going to have to take roll call because I see all 4 teams, new teams in the chat. So thank you all for announcing yourselves. We're still going to give it a couple of minutes to get everybody in here, just because we don't want to have to repeat ourselves. Not that any of y'all are really listening anyway. "16 Cracklins, welcome.
Welcome back, the Cracklin boys and gals.
Hello, Serena. Hello. Well, Ryan's here from Swino, so that means they actually...
And Jerry Smith.
Wow. We better watch ourselves. Half-assing the reno. Well, that you could blame any of that on Paul Dufour if you don't think it looks very
That's
good.
right.
It was his subs. But we think it looks glorious.
All right, let's roll.
Okay, I'm going to give it, well.
And a quick reminder, most of us, or 1 or 2, or all 3 of us, will pretty much be in the office from here until the week of Hogs. So if you have questions, comments, if you want to swing by and pick up tickets, if you want to pick up merch, if you just want to hang out and see the half-assed job of our renovation, please come on by.
Yeah, And I might be here the whole weekend of Hogs just because I don't know if I ever really wanted to go out there. So you can come hang with me in the office during the weekend of Hogs. Kidding. All right. First off,
Are we getting ready? Should we crack a pony?
I'm not drinking
God,
right now.
I am still getting over the flu, but we're getting close. Everybody, please welcome. We have four new teams this year: Silver Moon Barbecue, BMAX Hog Huddle, Hambulance, and Glazed and Confused. And I do want to make sure that we really shout out Glazed and Confused, who's already almost raised $100,000 in their first year here. So what that means is all you guys who have been in Hogs for a long time and are nowhere near $100,000, you are worthless. You need to get going. You need to get raising now. But
here's the challenge. Glazed and Confused is at 99,503.
Wow.
Can they be at 100,000 by the end of this call?
That would be pretty
Grant,
incredible.
Nick, we're challenging you.
There you go. But yeah, so if you guys haven't had a chance to meet any of those in the yard this year, introduce yourselves. There are only 4 new teams. So let's get into it. We're going to start with ticketing and some of the changes there from last year to this year. As y'all know, we've been on the RFID bracelet ticketing system for the last 3 to 5 years. And, we've had a lot of long lines at the gate. And, it kind of now the point of sale is pretty easy with it, but we just got to the point where we didn't feel it was necessary to have the wristbands anymore. We wanted to expedite the process of getting people into the event and really improve the customer experience at Hogs. So we made the decision to get rid of bracelets for general admission. So when you purchase a ticket to Hogs, whether it's online or at the office, if you purchase at the office, we will give you a hard ticket and you don't have to pay fees. You don't have to pay any taxes. So you'll save something like 10 to 15 bucks a ticket. But every person to get into Hogs will need that is in general admission. When they buy their purchase or their ticket online, they'll get emailed a PDF. It has a QR code. They will be scanned in. You must have that PO, that code to get into Hogs.
So you can do it on your phone. You can do it with a printout of a ticket.
Correct. You could open the PDF. You could just show it from your phone, or you could print that PDF as well. In the office, we have like old school Ticketmaster hard tickets. So if y'all come in the office to buy tickets, then you will leave with tickets, and Mike Santola will drop them on the floor like he did years ago, and we'll find them outside the office. So
no, there is no re-entry for general admission. As teams, we're going to get into this. Teams, it's a whole different ballgame, but general admission, no re-entry. You come in, they scan, you leave. That's it.
Yeah, your QR code is then null and void. You will not be able to get in. That has always been the case at Hogs, though.
So here's the question that we've gotten a few times. I want to load cash onto my RFID for my kid who doesn't have a bracelet.
Let's get there in a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
So, but there is, just to make things really confusing, there still are bracelets. The event is still completely cashless, quote unquote. The Boss Hog VIP will have RFID bracelets. Your team bands this year are bracelets that look like it, but there is no RFID chip on the bracelets. But Grant Families and Boss Hog do have chipped RFID bracelets.
That's right.
And they can use it at the point of sale like they had last year. But when 99% of your customers will be coming up to you at your point of sale, and they will just be tapping to pay with their phone, tapping with their credit card, just a very easy, smooth transaction like you do at any store now.
Yep.
So it's just tap to pay at the point of sale. Now, to Zandy's point, we'll have 0.001% of our customers still don't trust credit cards and whatever. There will be booths around, if you want to explain how that's going to work.
We'll have inside the Fest customer service booth where you can go get, is it a card or a bracelet?
It'll be right here.
Yeah,
You will get a bracelet, and you can put cash on that bracelet. That's a very small percentage of people, but yes, you can.
It is an option. So when you guys ask about it, that's the option.
Grant, did you hit 100K?
Big shout out to Grant for already getting to 100K.
Not even 4 minutes in.
Way to go, Grant. Tongue, only $99,500 to go to catch him. And this is what, your 7th year? So shout out there. All right, moving on. On point of sale. Your point of sale will be very similar to last year. Y'all all pretty much know how to use that. Let's, on that note, get into internet. We know this has been probably one of our pain points the last few years.
What color is the Grant?
We'll get that out to you.
Not worry about that right now. Hogs for the Cause has made a significant investment in the field at UNO. We have laid fiber that runs throughout the festival grounds and all the way to the front gate. We've got Verizon pop-up tower coming out this year. So for all those Verizon people that, use Verizon, you're going to have very strong internet as well. So we feel very confident, like in old school, that line, like I got more power than a good Kiss concert out there. We know the amount of internet that we've had in the past out there. What we've built out there is probably 100 to 1,000x what we've had in the past. And it's a fiber. We're not shooting internet from the dome or from One Shell Square into the yard like most events do and like we've done in the past. We do have that option still as a backup, but I want y'all to know that internet is our top priority in getting customers in and out with ease. We've done a lot of investing to make sure this is the smoothest operating Hogs yet. So, we hope that solves all. There's always some kind of problems out there that we'll put those fires out as they come, but we're hopeful that internet is not one of them.
Greg, to your question, we're gonna talk a little bit more about wristband and the login and support and all that in just a little bit. So just give us a few minutes and we'll get to that question.
All right. On that note, I'm going to turn it over to Zandy.
You forgot to mention the house.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Again, I'm recovering from the flu. My brain's a little bit hazy still. But if you didn't see it today, you've gotten a lot of emails from me in the last 24 hours, whether it be on the Rally Bound side or whether it be from the captain's direct email. But we're extremely excited to say that if you didn't see those emails, today we formally announced our third Hogs house. So,
Tres Comas.
This one is in Johns Hopkins, St. Petersburg, Florida. Obviously a wonderful brand to partner with, and just another further extension of the Hogs for the Cause brand outside of Louisiana. And obviously impossible without all the hard work you do. I just, want you to know that we push y'all, we push each other to be the best we can because we want and know that we continue to do amazing projects around the country. And there is not a lack of opportunities for us, but there are a lack of charities like us. So there are truly hospitals pleading for us to give them money and to be able to do certain kinds of projects like this. And we have to turn down so many, but we try to pick the ones that are going to have the most impact for the hospitals that need them the most. And St. Petersburg, the Johns Hopkins just was in that wheelhouse. It was something we worked really hard on and are really proud of. And hopefully you guys, can make road trips around the country to see all our projects in the next few years, but impossible without all the hard work you do. You know that the harder you push, the more that we are going to do with the money you raise. So on to Zandy on fundraising.
That's me. Obviously we can't do it without fundraising. As you guys know, last year, I think the teams did 4.2 million. We are again challenging you guys to break the $5 million number this year. It's a big, lofty goal, but it's how we afford to do these massive 7-figure capital projects. So it's super duper important that not only the team captains, but everyone on the team is involved in fundraising. As I have told so many of you guys in the past few weeks, we really just need everyone to raise a few $100s. So go to the bottom dwellers of the team and sit with them and hold their hand and send out 10 text messages. Response rate 30%, average donation $100 online. So if you sit with them, it takes 15 seconds to do a single text. Don't do it through group text. They should bring in a few $100. There's some teams out there who have 30, 40, 50 members who are sitting on zero. I know that's kind of foreign for the small teams, but I know that the small teams kind of have a similar ratio where maybe if you're a team of 20, you have 5 members sitting on zero. So if we can try to get everyone involved, that'll really move the needle.
Go through the numbers.
To put it in perspective, we have about 4,000 team bracelets we give out. I know some of those go to sponsors, but the majority are used by team members. Right now, we have 1,400 people registered on Rallybound. We have 750 who have raised more than $1 and only 600 who have raised more than $100. So, think about that. 600 people are really driving this ship right now. We're putting checks into Rallybound this year. If you know that you have a check coming in from any of your team members, email me and Becker. Let us know who the check's from, the amount, and if you have their email address, when we put them into Rallybound, they're getting a donation receipt automatically. So super important that you guys give us a heads up on that so we can keep an eye out, because we do get a lot of checks that we have no idea who these people are. We're really proud of the reward system this year. We've really we like to think that we've added a lot of fresh air to it. A lot of you guys spoke and we listened that you don't want more smokers, or maybe you want something a little different. So, we've got some pretty cool new stuff. We've got old stuff in terms of Yeti things that everybody always wants. We've got a really cool Western package, which is some boots and a poncho shirt, belt buckle. I've heard a lot of good stuff, people interested in that. We've got a PGA Tour bag that Renee was able to secure that'll have the fundraiser's name or whoever's name you want on it. Also a really cool option.
Will decrease your golf score by 5 strokes.
That's important for you.
It's a guarantee.
So,
it's a guarantee.
I hit Zandy with a golf ball in the face today.
In the face, sitting here. We were working really hard. I
saw it.
Awesome. As far as rewards go, I think most of you guys know, but if you don't, or at least pass this along to the team, we don't tally rewards until after the fest. So please, once you hit the level that you want, don't email me, Becker, and Renee and say, ship me my golf bag immediately. That's just not, we obviously don't have the capacity to do that. And, more importantly, we want your guys to keep fundraising and keep going for bigger rewards. With checks going in the system, the rewards numbers are going up, which is why we brought our rewards levels up. But if we're going to get to that $5 million number, it's going to be a team effort. So that's really my spiel. I have one challenge here. The challenge is to Irish Brew Barbecue. They're at $49,909 right now. So, Mike, can you get $91 in the door and get to $50,000 by the end of this call? All right, I'm going to turn it over to Renee, who's going to tell us all of the exciting stuff about the field.
All right, thank you. And thanks for everyone for joining. You'll start to get email cadence is going to pick up for me over the next couple of weeks. It's post-Mardi Gras. It's time to grind, as the kids say. We will begin marking out the field on Sunday. So every plot will be laid out, hopefully by Sunday afternoon. Mike Cassio with Fleur de Lis Tents and his team is coming in on Monday to start laying out flooring and start putting everything in place to get those tents up and ready. Mike's team is committed to all team tents being up by Monday, March 31st. If it's before March 31st and your tent's not up, but you need it up for some reason, please make sure to email Laura Claire with Fleur de Lis. If you haven't gotten in your tent order, people like Jerry Smith always forget to get the tent. Make sure you do that. They need to know what tents they need to bring out there. This is not necessarily a last minute thing. A reminder, if you have a tent larger than 10 by 10, it needs to go through Fleur-de-Lis. It needs to be permitted through the city of New Orleans. If for some reason you own a 20 by 20 tent that you would like to use, please email me, and I'm going to need a certificate of insurance, fire retardation certificate, as well as as the name and address of the owner. As a team, we invite you to start loading in whenever you want. We will not have security out there until beginning Monday, March 31st for overnight security. And I'm using the term security rather light. So if you have really important things that you don't want out there, I suggest waiting to bring those in till later, closer to the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Everything will be normal. Do not drive on the infield. Becker, watch out. This area, this is all the infield. All these right here. Don't drive there. Please, you guys have all done a really good job with that over the last couple of years. I appreciate it. It makes the experience much better for you, for our patrons. It helps with my blood pressure, and everybody is in a better mood. If people are making deliveries on your behalf, if you only tell them one thing, it is just don't go driving across the infield. And if you think you're on grass, you're probably in the infield. So don't do it. Beginning on Friday, I want to talk about our vehicle access. Obviously, with the tragedy on January 1st, we've had to make significant changes to our vehicle access. I have been rather lax and usually sometimes tell you it's fine, just leave your car there. There will be no vehicles, again, no vehicles. That is anything with an engine on the field after noon on Friday. There are no vehicles. I don't care if it's your friend's Nissan Altima. I don't care if it's a truck that's got wood. All cars, all vehicles off the field by noon on Friday, unless you've purchased an RV pass for your RV or your box truck or your camper. We are working right now to make sure that we can use the baseball field parking. There's not a game this year for team parking, as well as other parking behind. We cannot have cars on the field. We will have.
Let me ask you a question about that. What if I'm not on the field and I'm in this V right here? Or I'm back behind here.
Yes, that's a good question. Anything inside the fence of Hogs for the Cause is considered the field, and you will not have your vehicles there. This is an insurance requirement as well as a requirement from the city of New Orleans. Do not, and also during the week of load-in, don't park your car like right here in these pinch points, like right in the field or right on the path and just go away. Please just be mindful of where you're putting stuff so traffic can pass. Every team will receive 2 and only 2 vehicle access passes for Friday. Those will be in your team packets, which will be picked up later on. We'll talk about those in just a second. We have a tow truck on site. If a vehicle pass is not present in the car will be towed. That means if you drive in, you take the pass off and you go bring it to your buddy outside to bring his in, one of your cars is going to get towed off. We have to be very diligent about this, and I'm asking for all of your attention and effort to make sure that we don't have any issues this year. We really cannot afford to get crosswise with either the city of New Orleans, our insurance companies, or any of the other entities that would love to give us a little bit of trouble. I don't want the trouble either.
Renee, let me say something on this. Last year at Hogs on Friday afternoon, I was walking down the main path right through the middle, and a team member drove his car straight down the main path at 5 p.m. I know that the captains are following the rules, but what we really need you guys to do is communicate this to your team. I mean, this guy almost got brought out by NOPD because he didn't understand the problem as he was parting a sea of thousands of people. Communicate it to your team. Communicate it to your donors. If you know somebody with you has a car on Thursday afternoon, make sure that they know to take it off, because we do feel like shit when we have to tow a car and then you guys come to us and say, man, that guy donated $5,000.
Yeah.
We feel terrible about it, but we can't have it out there.
Yeah. So again, your team vehicle passes, and that's just Friday. There's no vehicle restrictions. Use common sense. Don't drive like an idiot. Anytime before then, on Friday, that main gate, remember, down there on Press Drive is where you'll come in. All traffic on Friday. Down here, okay? All traffic there. That will be closed. That gate will open at 7 a.m. on Friday morning. If you don't have a pass, you're not getting in. Okay. Those are going to be in your team packets. Team packets will probably be ready probably the week before Hogs. So we're looking at like March 24th, somewhere around there. Those will have in there your team bracelets. So if you haven't purchased additional team bracelets, please do so. Those will have your RV passes. If you haven't, and those will also have your team vehicle access passes. You will need all that. Your team bracelets, again, very similar to years past. They just don't have an RFID chip. For your teams, for purchasing at the general store, for buying other teams' food, merchandise, credit cards, Apple Pay. You don't even need to link anything. We'll let you know when those packets are available. You can start picking them up here, probably around Tuesday of the week of Hogs. So that would be April 1st. Those packets will go on site and you can pick them up there. Also on Tuesday, we should start receiving orders for your mayo, your Tabasco, and hopefully your bacon and wings. We will let you know when all of them are there so that you can come pick them all up in one side. If you have not already used the link to tell us what kind of bacon you want and what kind of Tabasco brand sauce you want, please do so. That deadline is coming up. That is March 21st, I believe. So get that in. Once we have all the items for you to pick up on site, the mayo, the Tabasco, the bacon, and the wings, we will email all of you and say you can start coming to pick it up. That will be back in this back house area. Yep, there you go, right over there. Okay, if you haven't gotten your RV passes, make sure you get it. Once you buy your RV pass, please email Joe Lupsky.
I'll connect y'all.
We will get you all connected. Let him know what size your RV is, when you anticipate it's coming in. He will make sure to be around to help you park your RV so that RVs don't end up where they're not supposed to be. We've got a dedicated intern. I think he's got like a master's degree.
He's at Harvard.
He's at Harvard. Like, he's going to be able to get your RV where it goes. Just talk to Joe. Trust him. What he's saying, he's going to get you in the right spot. You should have captains or whoever. All captains. You should have received an email from Wristband earlier today with information about how to log on and start setting your menus. As a reminder, you don't need to send me your menu. I love it. I think it's great. You can send it to us for other purposes if you want us to do some press with it. But you're going to have full control over your POS to load your menu, to see your data, to change your prices. You'll have a login. All that will be explained. See how much you've sold, all the like. Fan favorite. If it is not labeled food, it will not count towards fan favorite. And don't try to get cute and sell raffle tickets as food. Just let's play by the rules. If it's food, it counts for fan favorite. If it's water, iced tea, lemonade, a ride on a golf cart in 2027, a raffle item, merch, it's got to be coded as something else.
If there's anything in question, it will be struck too.
Yep.
So.
We retain all authority to decide on legitimate charges related to fan favorite. Also, I will be sending out emails, calendar reminders for each team alphabetically for you to pick up your wristband tablets. This will be Friday afternoon, probably starting around noon or 1 o'clock. I think noon will be the best time. You'll be divided alphabetically. Send somebody on your team or yourself, but this is a good opportunity to delegate, who will be in charge of the tablet. They will go to the front box office. They will pick up the tablet with wristband. They will walk them through how to do it. They will give them the information related to if you have problems or you need technical service or the internet's down. All the tablets will have that information. They will give you who to call. Reminder on Friday night to turn your tablets back in. The majority of the tablets should be turned back in. If for some reason you're staying up late, or let's give a little shout out to the Crescent City Kuyans who do their little coffee truck every Saturday morning, which is a wonderful thing, and sell coffee. Make sure you connect with wristband on either if you need it early or that you'll be holding it overnight. Saturday afternoon, they will begin picking up, Saturday evening, they will begin picking up all the tablets as soon as possible, probably around 6 o'clock, 6:30. We'll start shutting down the yard, beginning in quads 3 and 4 and moving east. But we'll get more information on you on that. Reminder, there is a team captains captains meeting Friday morning, 11 a.m. in the judges tent. That's one of our favorite moments of the whole Hogs year. We've got an exciting program for you all. Becker's been working on some pretty good dance moves. Zandy bought rollerblades. I haven't done anything yet, but we're working on probably a haircut. But we're going to have a great opportunity for you to hear from some of the people that you've impacted, as well as our judges will go over all the turn-ins when you will start getting your containers and the like. Reminder, there's 4 categories on Friday. They are side, wings, bacon. There's just three. And then on Saturday, we have sauce, whole hog, butt, ribs, pork puree. Oh, yes. So I mentioned RV passes, and also if you need to buy additional team bracelets. If you have someone who's coming to shuck oysters for you on Friday night, let's say, and you need what we have called the pit crew passes, you will need to purchase those either in the office or on site. Those are $40, and they're good for the whole weekend. Don't try to get cute. We know some of the team sizes. We really want your team members having a team bracelet. Pit crew is a very limited use. So I want to be very clear about that. If you are on the main field, so if you are booths, let's see, A11, 12, 13, 14, 15, E2, E1, D1, B20, March of the Pigs, A16, and the like. We need every spare square inch on the main field, especially on Saturday. Saturday tickets are up 80% year over year. People are really excited to see Zach Top and Charlie Crockett, especially back-to-back on that stage. We are not going to be able to have room for bacon slides. We are not going to be able to have room for pools that kids can saunter into. We are not going to be able to have room for anything that if I say it's got to be moved, it's got to be moved right then and there. Small tables, yes, we're probably okay with that. But again, if we say we got to get this out, just trust us that this is starting to become a space issue. We need as much room. Also, do not set up any sort of VIP area in front of your booth on the main field. Don't cordon it off. Don't barricade it off. We need to keep these areas open so that as many people can get on that field as possible. We really don't want to deal with, I only came to see Zach Top and there was no room on the main field. I want my money back. Even though I get it, you should have just bought the Boss Hog Pass, but we don't want to deal with that. As always, your judges, Belzy Wilson, Elise Jenkins, Raleigh, they're going to be running the show. They're going to walk you through that judges meeting on Friday. They are your points of contact for anything related to the competition from then on out. I've just got another team in. If for some reason you want to add a category, you're going to need to email me in the next 24 hours. If you want to drop, don't worry about it. You can always drop. I don't think Hogwatch has ever turned anything in. So
like 1 or 2 things.
yeah. So you can always just not turn something in. We're not worried about that, but we need to know if you want to add anything. Reminder this year, as like last year, grand champion, okay, is your top 3 scores in butt, whole hog, ribs, pork puree. If you compete in all 4, we drop your lowest. If you compete in 3, that's what you get. Those are each worth 30% of your score. We then look at all the teams who have raised at least $5,000, and we rank you across a spectrum of scores. So 5,000 to 10,000, you get a 468.
It's in the rule book.
It's in the rule book. Go look. But if you don't get to that highest level of fundraising, you will not get a perfect score in fundraising. Last year, it was super close, but it really did come down to the fundraising total. So we want to make sure every team understands how this works. It is a very binary transaction. You are either over the number, and that's your fundraising score, which is equal to 10%, or you did not hit that number, and you're either out.
If you don't even hit the 5,000, remember, you are not guaranteed a spot in Hogs the next year. We have 45 to 50 teams trying to get into Hogs right now. We are not going to add more space because space is already a top priority. So if you want to stay at Hogs, earn your way.
And if you're worried about everything being included in your fundraising numbers, I'm in the bank almost all day Saturday. I'm in the bank the majority of the day Friday. I'm in the bank Thursday, Wednesday. I'm on site on Tuesday. Come sit down with me and make sure that everything that you think that should be in your fundraising numbers is in there. The last thing that any of us want is for you guys to put in the effort and not get credit for it. So if you think something's missing, come see us.
What's the last time for checks on Saturday?
I mean, if you're bringing one check, mid-afternoon, if you're bringing 100 checks, I need those on Friday.
Okay, just real quick, because I see a question. This area here, okay, over here, so back of house, behind Boss Hog, the far eastern side, no one on any team should ever put a car back there. It's just a good rule of thumb. That is band parking, that is staff parking. So if I can leave you with anything Nick plays on, don't put anything over there. We got other places for you to park.
And speaking of back of house area, we do know that the headliners on Saturday will not be on site during Hogs. They will not be hanging around. They won't be coming in the yard. I know I've gotten a lot of texts about people trying to do meet and greets with Zach Top and Charlie Crockett, but we have been told they are not going to be on site. So
they will arrive very shortly prior to their set.
This is very common. It's just they're coming in on massive tour buses, and they have to be in areas where they can park those things as well.
Friday night parties, again, if you have people coming in, John Paul, I saw your question. If you have bands coming in, Oyster Shuckers, you're going to need pit crew passes for them. If you need someone to come in and bring band equipment or load out, you're going to have to email me. We're going to have to work through that to make sure that we understand who's coming, when they're coming, get proper credentials for them if necessary. As best as possible, the less disruptions we have at that Press Street gate, the better. Press Drive, I'm sorry. Also, just a big reminder, lock shit up for awards. Generators go missing. What else? Speakers,
ice chests,
everything. I'm sorry. It's not us taking it. I don't want any more crap than I already have. It just stuff goes walking.
If it's of value to you, lock it up.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. If you can't part with something, lock it up. Nobody has ever stolen anything in the world at Hogs, yet things go missing. So I don't. We know there's some great people out there, but there's a lot of things consumed, a lot of confusion, a lot of times. Things have a tendency to walk.
Yep. Let's see. Awards. We're really looking forward to it. We'll give you rules then and there. You won't listen to those. But we were going to try to get those going a little quicker this year. But everything depends on a lot of different steps. So the sooner you all get your checks into Zandy, the sooner he can do his calculations, the sooner we can do grand champion calculations, and the sooner we can get everybody going and celebrate. Again, I know we sound a little harsh in this. I know we're being very direct. We are all here for you. We are happy to assist where we can. You have all of our emails, cell phone numbers. If you don't, we'll be happy to share with you. Let us know how we can help you. The effort that each of you put into manning your teams, to making sure that you guys are working year round, does not go unnoticed. It is such a great source of inspiration. We're looking forward to an awesome, awesome weekend with all of you. And the more that everybody understands the rules of the road, I think just the better time we'll all have. So thank you for all your attention and effort. And we'll kind of open the floor to any sort of questions or follow-up comments. Andy?
Yeah, let me say one thing. I've gotten a lot of questions recently about Rallybound. So if you're familiar with Rallybound, when somebody goes and clicks on, if you send a link and they click on it, it's automatically going to go to the page they send. So if Renee sends his mom his page, it's going to automatically default to Renee. If Renee tells his mom to donate to the board, then she will proactively go change it to board. This is a problem, and it's kind of rooted in the fact that we used to always tally team donations. Teams will tell people, please donate to Mr. Pigglesworth. What happens is the donor gets it. They click team, they click Mr. Pigglesworth, and it doesn't go to Eric's page. It goes to the Mr. Pigglesworth page. We then have to go manually move it. Not a big deal right now, but as we get closer to the fest, doing a couple hundred movements a day is going to be impossible. So if you're sending out your page, tell your team members, don't say click donate to your team. Just say donate to this page. Second thing on Rallybound. Right now, Rallybound is having an issue with the API with Venmo. We had to turn Venmo off. Becker and I had a big conversation with all of the Rallybound and Neon execs earlier this week. We hope to have the Venmo option back up and going in the next week or two. They have promised us that it'll be back on by Hogs. We shall see. We do still have the pretty instant gratification options of Apple Pay and Google Pay. Other than that, it's credit cards. Hopefully Venmo will be back. We're working on it, so just bear with us, guys, because we know how important Venmo is for micro fundraising.
One thing I do want to touch on is we are expecting record crowds this year. It's a great opportunity for you guys to make a lot more money for fundraising with food sales in the yard. So if you're willing to cook more, you're probably going to sell a whole lot more than you have in the past. On that note, as far as Hogs selling out, in the past, the way that we've done it is if we ran out of wristbands, we would sell out. We would call the event sold out. So Saturday is looking like it's going to be a very high volume day. And because we don't have wristbands, we don't have this, inventory issue. But we will likely call the event sold out when we think it's just uncomfortable in the yard for us or even for y'all and for your safety's sake and the amount of food that may be possible to make sure that all the customers are happy. Yeah. So I want to stress that, we'll be looking out for y'all. Y'all be, texting us and telling us how you're doing on food inventory. But please stress to your friends and family, if they want to get tickets to Hogs, get it now.
On that note, as far as food, I will be sending this week an order form from Cisco. Andrew Shuford, Team March of the Pigs, will be bringing in, you can order through him. He will be bringing in a big reefer truck and have orders on site. I don't have details about when your order will be there or anything. I will send out the order forms and you can handle all that through Andrew and Jonathan as usual. And of course, I can't believe we made it this far. Steak night. 3 weeks and 1 night from now. 53 minutes before sundown on Thursday, April 3rd, in the main field, but specifically at the Team March of the Pigs tent adjacent to Boss Hog. You, your teams, your friends, it's a fantastic time, a great opportunity for us to all get together before the madness. We look forward to seeing everybody there, and we will crown.
Yeah, crown.
We will crown. He started as just the guy who lit the pit at steak night, Bell Chase, and then he went back home. But our 2025 former Prince of Plaquemine, King of Steak Night, Andrew Shuford, and his royal consort, Gina, we are super excited to crown them the King of Steak Night 2025. So we look forward to seeing all of you out there for that.
Nola Zog, should we still stick with the old 250 servings per day? I mean, that's what we've said was the bare minimum, but we don't like to do the bare minimum at Hogs. If you've got a hot item that's going to get, attention in the yard, sell a whole lot more of it is what I would say. And also, if you are doing whole hog, make sure you serve that whole hog. It's an easy way to do a lot of portions. Just, create dishes with the food that you have.
Becker, on that note, so 2 things. One, on wristband, Renee talked about the menu. You should have a login for wristband. If you don't know your login for wristband, when you get your POS, ask them what your login for wristband is. The 3 of us all throughout the weekend, we probably get 150 inbounds. What have I sold? How many corn dogs have I sold this weekend? You can log in and look that stuff up on your own. A lot of times we're kind of putting out fires and we don't have ability to immediately respond to you. So you can look that stuff up. But if you have questions about what you sold last year as you're trying to plan your menu for this year, hit the 3 of us up. We have all that data. We can pull it. We can let you know. So if you're worried whether your cheeseburger slider sold more than your taquito, let us know and we'll pull it for you.
Yep. One other thing about main field restrictions, logos on the main field on your booth that would compete with any of our sponsors are not allowed. So if you let's take La Ville Ferme as our new wine sponsor, and you put a Bouquenet sign up there, we're going to pull that Bouquenet sign. That is unauthorized sponsorship logo recognition.
And on that note, let's pound this home too. There are a lot of teams that get products donated, but there are a lot of products that like to try to back end their way into Hogs and start giving every team free such and such product going from booth to booth. That is not allowed. That is a sponsorship at Hogs. You're welcome to bring in your own for your team, but if we see a brand going booth to booth, they will be kicked out and the products will be removed.
And reminder, you do have a credit at the general store that was included. The general store will probably be selling alcohol, ice, water, all that. Probably
Loose cigarettes.
Every $500, you get one cigarette, one loose cigarette. We're running a pretty good deal over there.
I think we were doing parliaments this year. We're going
fancy.
We're not even doing
fancy. So that'll probably start on Thursday. This is a great point. Someone texted me. So meat check-in is Friday. That is for the Saturday competition categories. So your whole hog, your ribs, and butt. Pork puree, you can make ahead of time and finish on site. Wings, bacon, all those dishes, the food you cook for the public, that can be done ahead of time and brought in. The meat check-in people are just going to be looking for uncooked ribs, uncooked shoulders, unseasoned, and all that stuff many of you are aware of it. But don't feel that you can pre-cook your bacon dish and just finish it out there.
Appropriately refrigerated.
Yes, keep it refrigerated.
The bullet, we do have a bullet barrel pick. It should be ready. We'll put it for sale probably this week. Yeah. I believe that it is in now.
It is in, yeah. And those will be picked up on site as well. We won't have our liquor license till the actual event. I will be sending out the general store products. It's basically the same stuff as always, except we do have a new wine vendor. We do have a new charcoal vendor in B&B Charcoal, which we're really excited about. And there is also still the bourbon tasting tent, which will be in Quad 3. Reminder as well that if you're hosting Friday night parties, those parties can begin when the bands near your stage are done. The last band will probably be done on stage 1 or the main stage at about 10:30 on Friday night. I know the Boar's Nest usually keeps a calculator. Actually, the Phelps tent does go to 11 on Friday night.
Prices for general store.
That'll come in that'll be like in 2 weeks, but it will be very similar to the pricing last year. We basically we have to charge a bare minimum 6% markup, and that's what we charge to you.
Ordering charcoal from
I gotta talk to B&B about that, but that's a relatively good idea.
How about that, Mike? Said you had a good idea.
Good job, Mike Santola. All right, any other questions?
I know your parents never told you that, but we'll tell you. That's a good idea, Mike.
Like I said, the office is open, regular business hours most days.
Tickets are for sale in the office. We are here every day.
Yeah, we'll invite people to come watch the NCAA tournament at the end of next week. If you want to come in, have questions about fundraising, want to drink a pony, whatever, we're around.
Yeah, and again, we know it's hard work being a captain, but if you can just push some of those guys, the 3,000 that aren't doing any fundraising for Hogs, just get a little bit more from them. We could do a lot more on the charitable side.
Yeah, this will go to 11. So yeah, big 3 things. The RV lots, there's about 4 or 5 of them. You will be assigned an RV lot. Joe Lupski, master. He's got a master's degree in RV parking. He's going to be in touch with you. Do not drive on the infield. Please be very mindful about the vehicle restrictions on Friday. There will be no vehicles on the field unless they are an RV or a box truck or camper. There will be no Nissan Altimas. Your truck cannot sit it's all the way out here. No one's going to touch it. It's up against the fence. I'm blocked in. Don't get blocked in. Do not leave your cars on the field after afternoon. And captains, this is very important. Tell your teams this before you come to the captain's meeting, because what happens is that captain's meeting ends at noon and they've all just been sitting around for an hour while you've been working, they could have gotten their cars off. There's no reason for a car to be just on the field or on the road with nothing happening. It should all be actively being unloaded and then driven off as soon as possible.
Can we reload early Saturday with team? No, you cannot bring a car on the Hogs field afternoon on Friday. You have to reload with hand trucks and the like. You have to walk everything.
Bring wagons
or
and
get
hand
it from
trucks.
the general store.
Wagons are your friend as you bring ice across the field. I mean, those golf carts that try to run down the middle path full of ice is a real problem. So,
yes, Nick, we will have an RV lot. My plan is this back line, the fence line behind, next to the levee. Though that will basically be one contiguous RV lot. There will be another RV lot up in this right-hand or northeast corner. There's one in the southeast corner. There will be one down here, and there's one outside of here on the gate. This area also behind A6 through E2 will also be RV parking for those teams. We want to try to get you as close as possible to your booth. That gets very difficult if people are just leaving their trucks all over the place and their Nissan Altimas and all the other things. 4 Altima quotes. I don't know why I got a thing. I think there was an Altima last year that was just in the absolute wrong spot. And I knew it didn't tow in a smoker and it didn't do anything. So,
Kyle Gordon, I'm not sure where your friend Black H in Kosciuszko, Mississippi is, but that was a great donation, and we've really enjoyed talking about it today.
Yes, we have. All right. Any other questions? Throw them in the chat. If not, enjoy your evening. We'll hang on for a couple of minutes.
Oh, water access. Yes. There's water behind A1 through D6 and A33 to 30, thanks to Crescent City Couillons again. Rob did that. That was pretty sweet of him. He built a little water bridge. So that's where the water will be. So get over there.
Yes, and big props to Mike Finney, who did Mike Finney and Irish Brew. Quite a few of them actually came to the call of action, and they are now over 50K.
Yes, there will be showers. I went and looked at them today, took one. They're still hot and they have high pressure. There will be both a male and a female shower room. They will be, you will enter through the loading dock. You will follow the blue dots, and there'll be signage directing you into the shower rooms.
1 bar of soap for everybody.
Bring your own towels and such. That shower schedule will probably be Friday and then Saturday up till about mid-afternoon. It is a really wonderful shower. I'm not kidding. It's a lifesaver. I've seen it save many a man's and female's life.
It's when you get to look in the eyes of your competitor, wearing nothing but your birthday suit, that you realize Hogs is where it's at.
If you've ever wanted to know what it's like to shower in prison, we've got you.
Portalettes, River Parish.
Portalettes have started getting dropped already. They're trying to put them out of the way, but whenever we tell someone to do that, they put them directly in the way. Pet portalettes will be delivered to your specific site probably Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the week of Hogs. They're just staging them all out there right now. Plots are getting spray painted on Sunday. We had the yard cut today, Craig, so you probably will want to tune it up in a couple of weeks.
Welcome to hit,
You're welcome to. We have cut the whole yard. Obviously, grass grows, and you may want to bring your own lawn utensils out there and do a little bit of yard work over the next couple of weeks. But it's cut right now, and it should be good for the next couple of weeks. So we will start putting those out on Sunday. The field will be laid out by Sunday afternoon.
We are going to get water on Saturdays.
Yeah. We do kill ants. JP, we try to do that very close to the event. Otherwise they just come back. So The Ant Murder Fest usually happens on Monday or Tuesday of the week of Hogs. But you are welcome to bring your own ant murdering devices. Okay. Good job. This is kind of a new record, I think.
Yeah, it just looks like a river pork and Irish brew conversation in the chat.
Yeah, and every now and then Jerry says something. Okay.
Okay, if you have any individual questions that you're too embarrassed to ask in front of your friendly competitors, feel free to text or email us.
Check the rule book. A lot of stuff's in there. We're here for you. Let us know how we can assist you, whether it's fundraising, load in, meetings at top. Just ask Becker for that. That's all he's going to be fielding the next couple of weeks.
To the top. Let's go. Let's raise that money, guys. Let's keep pushing. You're doing an excellent job. I really want to hit that 5 million, but we're going to have to work a lot harder if we're going to get there. And I think that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
seems to have gone dead.
There you go.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks. One beer. That's it. We are really getting mature over here.
Drink your ponies.
That's right.
Yeah, get your ponies in. All right, I'm going to shut her down.